Your mind is a battlefield. Every thought, every emotion, every fleeting image that crosses your consciousness is a soldier. Some fight for you, guiding you toward growth, clarity, and strength. But others, the negative ones, they are silent assassins, whispering doubt, fear, and despair. They make mountains out of molehills and create storms in moments that should be calm. Most people think they are powerless against these thoughts, but the truth is far from it. The power is already within you. Imagine a Shaolin master training in a quiet monastery at dawn. The world outside may be chaotic, but inside there is peace, focus, and discipline. This is not just about martial arts. It is a lesson for the mind. The same way a master conditions his body, he also trains his mind, learning to observe, control, and transform every thought that arises. Negative thoughts in this light are not enemies. They are teachers, showing you where your mind is weak, where fear resides, and where attention is scattered. In this video, I will guide you through ancient Buddhist wisdom and Shaolin secrets, revealing how to deal with the negative thoughts that try to control your life. You will learn to observe them without judgment, transform them into strength, and create mental habits that protect you in the chaos of the modern world. These are not just philosophical ideas. They are practical tools that anyone can use today to master their mind. If you've ever felt trapped in your own mind, overwhelmed by fear, regret, or anxiety, then stay with me. By the end of this journey, you will see that your negative thoughts are not a curse. They are the gateway to your inner power and your future self. 1. Understanding negative thoughts. Every person has them. Those creeping whispers in your mind that say, "You're not enough, you'll never succeed," or "Why even try?" These are negative thoughts, and they are not just random mental glitches. They are patterns, often born from fear, past experiences, or social comparison. The first step in mastering your mind is understanding them, seeing them for what they truly are, and realizing that they do not define you. Negative thoughts are like shadows. They grow bigger in the dark of inaction, exaggerating problems that might not even exist. Imagine worrying about a storm before the clouds have even formed. Your mind can turn small doubts into mountains, creating unnecessary suffering. This is not weakness, it is human nature. Even the greatest Shaolin masters faced moments of fear, self-doubt, and anger. But they learned a secret. These thoughts are signals, not enemies. Buddhist teachings describe the mind as a sky and thoughts as clouds. Some clouds bring rain, some bring shadow, but the sky remains vast and untouched. Negative thoughts are like passing storms. They appear, they may drench your mind with anxiety, but they do not control the sky of your consciousness unless you allow them to. Observing this difference between your thoughts and your true self is the first step to liberation. The danger is when we mistake our thoughts for reality. A single moment of self-doubt can spiral into hours of worry, inaction, or even fear-driven decisions. Social media, past mistakes, and imagined futures feed these thoughts, making them feel permanent. But here's the secret of the masters. Recognizing a thought is not the same as surrendering to it. To truly deal with negative thoughts, you must first recognize their patterns. Ask yourself, when does this thought appear? What triggers it? How does it make me act? Awareness is your first weapon. Once you see the cycle, you gain the choice to break it. This is not theory. This is the beginning of mental mastery, the kind that Shaolin monks have practiced for centuries and that modern Buddhist teachings reinforce. By understanding negative thoughts, you no longer fear them. You begin to see them as temporary visitors, sometimes challenging, sometimes uncomfortable, but never permanent rulers of your mind. And this understanding is the foundation for the real transformation that is about to unfold. Observing without judgment. Once you understand your negative thoughts, the next step is learning to observe them without judgment. This is a cornerstone of both Shaolin training and Buddhist philosophy. Most people react immediately to every anxious or self-critical thought. They fight it, suppress it, or spiral into guilt. But a true master knows that the first battle is not against the thought itself, but against the mind's reaction to it. Imagine a Shaolin monk watching a sparring session. He doesn't attack immediately. He observes, notes every move, every feint, and every strategy. Similarly, when a negative thought arises, you become the observer. Don't label it bad or wrong. Don't argue with it. Simply notice it, its shape, intensity, and tone. Say silently to yourself, I see you. I acknowledge your presence. This simple act removes the power the thought has over you. Negative thoughts lose their grip the moment you stop identifying with them. Buddhist teachings call this non-attachment. You are not your thoughts, you are the awareness that watches them. When a storm passes over the sky does not panic. It remains vast, calm, and unbroken. Observing without judgment allows your mind to become like that sky. In practice, this can be done anywhere. When fear, regret, or doubt surfaces, pause and take a deep breath. Mentally step back and visualize the thought as an object floating before you. Maybe it's a dark cloud, a ripple on water, or even a character in a story. Notice its arrival, its form, and its eventual fading. The more you practice, the more effortless it becomes. This skill transforms how you respond to life. Instead of reacting impulsively, you create a space between stimulus and response. Negative thoughts no longer dictate your decisions, your emotions, or your actions. You gain clarity, inner calm, and a sense of control that most people spend a lifetime chasing. Observing without judgment isn't passive. It is the foundation of true mental strength. It trains you to face life as it is, not as your mind fears it to be. With patience and consistency, you'll notice a profound shift. Thoughts come and go, but your inner peace remains. And that is the first real step on the path of a Shaolin master, where mastery over the mind begins and the chaos of negative thinking slowly dissolves. 3. Reframing thoughts into power. Once you've learned to observe your negative thoughts without judgment, the next step is transformation. Shaolin masters and Buddhist teachings both emphasize that the mind is a tool, and like any tool, it can be wielded to create strength instead of suffering. Reframing negative thoughts into power is the art of mental alchemy, turning fear, doubt, and anger into fuel for growth. Negative thoughts often contain hidden messages. Fear might be alerting you to something you need to prepare for. Regret might point to lessons that will make you wiser. Anger might signal that a boundary has been crossed. The difference between those who remain trapped in negativity and those who rise above it is perception. By consciously choosing to reinterpret these thoughts, you can convert mental poison into energy that propels you forward. For example, consider the thought, I'm not good enough. Instead of surrendering to it, a Shaolin-inspired approach would be, this is a signal that I need to train, improve, and focus. Fear of failure becomes a roadmap, not a chain. Anger at injustice becomes motivation for action, not resentment. Every negative thought is a chance to practice mastery over your mind, to choose growth instead of despair. A simple daily exercise can help. Each time a negative thought arises, pause and ask yourself, what lesson or power can I extract from this? Write it down, speak it aloud, or visualize it transforming into energy. Over time, your mind naturally begins to see challenges as opportunities and obstacles as stepping stones. Shaolin masters often use physical metaphors. A heavy stone doesn't crush the master, it strengthens his arms. Similarly, the mind that learns to reframe negativity becomes stronger, more resilient, and unshakable. This isn't instant. It requires repetition, patience, and self-compassion. But the rewards are immense. Reframing thoughts isn't about ignoring reality or pretending everything is positive. It's about taking control of the narrative in your mind. You begin to act with intention rather than reaction. You transform chaos into clarity and weakness into power. By mastering this skill, negative thoughts cease to be enemies. They become allies on your journey to inner strength, clarity, and the disciplined mind of a Shaolin master. 4. The power of breath and meditation. One of the most powerful tools to control negative thoughts is something you carry with you every second of your life: your breath. Shaolin masters and Buddhist monks alike teach that the mind and body are deeply connected. When your breath is chaotic, your mind is chaotic. When your breath is calm, your mind follows. Learning to harness this simple yet profound power can dissolve negativity almost instantly. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm. Waves crash around you, wind rages, and your thoughts swirl like debris. Now, take a deep, intentional breath. Slowly exhale. The storm outside remains, but inside, a moment of calm emerges. This is the essence of mindful breathing, a pause between the chaos of the world and the clarity of your mind. Each conscious inhale and exhale acts as a reset button, giving you space to observe your thoughts without being controlled by them. Meditation amplifies this effect. Shaolin monks often meditate in silence, focusing entirely on the present moment. You don't need hours or a quiet monastery to practice. Even a few minutes a day can create dramatic changes. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on the sensation of your breath. Notice each inhale filling your body with energy, each exhale releasing tension and negativity. When a negative thought arises, acknowledge it and gently return your focus to the breath. This trains the mind to let go, reducing the automatic grip of fear, doubt, and anger. Breathing and meditation also teach patience and self-discipline, core Shaolin values. Negative thoughts rarely vanish immediately. The key is consistency. With each session, your mind becomes less reactive, your emotions more stable, and your inner strength grows. Over time, the simple act of conscious breathing becomes a shield, a tool you can carry anywhere to regain calm in stressful situations. In addition, meditation and breathwork improve focus, clarity, and energy. Your thoughts no longer dominate you. Instead, you direct them. Life becomes less about reacting to fear and more about responding with intention. Negative thoughts may still appear, but they no longer control your actions or your peace of mind. By mastering the power of breath and meditation, you step closer to the disciplined, unshakable mindset of a Shaolin master, transforming your inner world into a calm, powerful sanctuary amidst the chaos of life. 5. Physical movement as mental cleansing. The mind and body are inseparable. Shaolin masters have always understood this. The body is a vessel for the mind, and movement is one of the most powerful ways to release negativity. When negative thoughts swirl like a storm in your head, physical activity acts like a river, carrying away the debris and clearing mental space. Even simple movements, stretching, walking, or shadowboxing, can transform your mental state. When you move, blood flows, endorphins release, and tension dissolves. Anger, anxiety, and fear are no longer trapped inside. They are expelled with every punch, kick, or step. A Shaolin master doesn't just train for strength, he trains for clarity, using each motion as meditation in action. Movement also redirects focus. Negative thoughts often grow when the mind is idle. By engaging your body, you force the mind to join in the present moment. Qigong, Tai Chi, or even a brisk walk in nature are not just exercises, they are rituals for mental purification. The rhythm of movement becomes a rhythm of peace, a way to reset your mind without forcing it. You don't need a dojo or years of training. Even 5 minutes of intentional movement can release tension, improve focus, and shift energy. Imagine punching a pillow while thinking of a worry. By the time you finish, the fear that once seemed massive feels lighter, more manageable. Physical movement reminds you that the mind is not a prison. It's flexible, adaptable, and capable of transformation. Every movement cleanses not just the body, but the mind, leaving space for clarity, calm, and strength. 6. Creating a positive environment. Your surroundings shape your thoughts more than you realize. Shaolin masters and Buddhist teachings both emphasize the importance of a calm, orderly environment to support a clear and focused mind. Negative thoughts can gain strength from clutter chaos, and constant exposure to negativity. By consciously shaping your environment, you create a sanctuary for your mind, making it easier to stay centered and resilient. Start with your physical space. Declutter your room, workspace, or home. Remove items that bring stress or distraction. Introduce elements that inspire calm and focus. A small plant, a candle, or a symbol that represents peace to you. Even simple organization reduces mental friction, giving your mind room to breathe. Next, consider the people and media you surround yourself with. Constant exposure to negativity, whether through toxic relationships, news, or social media, feeds anxious thoughts. Seek supportive, uplifting connections and content that encourages growth. Shaolin masters didn't isolate themselves from the world to escape challenges. They created environments that strengthened focus and discipline. Your environment can also include subtle rituals, playing calming music, arranging natural light, or creating a small meditation corner. These small touches remind your mind that it is safe, valued, and capable of peace. Creating a positive environment is not about perfection, it's about intentionality. When your surroundings support your mental well-being, negative thoughts lose their power. You can think more clearly, act with intention, and maintain calm even during life's storms. Your environment is the canvas for your mind. Paint it with clarity, positivity, and focus, and you give yourself the foundation to master your thoughts and transform negativity into strength. 7. Daily rituals to strengthen the mind. Mastering your mind doesn't happen overnight. Shaolin masters and Buddhist teachings both emphasize the power of consistent daily rituals to cultivate focus, resilience, and inner peace. Small, intentional actions repeated each day create mental habits that protect you from negative thoughts before they even take hold. Start with the morning. Begin your day with a few minutes of mindful breathing or meditation. Even 5 minutes of focusing on your breath sets the tone for the day, giving your mind clarity and calm before the chaos begins. Pair this with a positive affirmation. I am in control of my mind. I transform challenges into strength. Words shape perception, and starting your day with intentional language programs your mind for success. Movement is another key ritual. Incorporate physical activity, stretching, qigong, walking, or light exercise into your daily routine. Moving your body moves your energy, clears tension, and prevents negativity from settling in your mind. Reflection is equally important. Before bed, take a moment to review your day. Acknowledge moments of negativity without judgment and note how you responded. Writing in a journal or simply thinking through your experiences strengthens awareness and fosters growth. Other simple rituals include surrounding yourself with positivity, limiting exposure to negative media, and practicing gratitude. Each action, though small, compounds over time. Shaolin masters didn't rely on a single intense training session. They trained consistently, day by day, building mastery. Daily rituals aren't restrictions. They are tools of empowerment. By committing to small, mindful practices, you cultivate a mind that is resilient, focused, and unshakable. Over time, negative thoughts lose their influence, and your inner strength becomes the foundation for a life of clarity, purpose, and calm. Negative thoughts are not enemies. They are messengers. They show us where fear, doubt, and resistance live in our minds. But as a Shaolin master or a Buddhist practitioner knows, mastery is not about eliminating challenges. It's about transforming them into strength. By observing your thoughts, reframing negativity, harnessing the power of breath, movement, and daily rituals, you create a mind that is disciplined, resilient, and unshakable. Every small action counts. A mindful breath, a step outside, a moment of reflection. These are not insignificant. They are the tools that turn ordinary people into masters of their own minds. Your environment, your routines, and your awareness shape the life you live. When you take control of your mind, you take control of your future. If this journey has inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs it. Subscribe to the channel for more teachings that transform your mind, body, and spirit. Remember, the path to mastery begins with a single step. Start today, train your mind like a Shaolin master, and watch your life transform. Your future self will thank you.